COVID-19 like completely flipped our lives around. And rightfully so, right? Like none of us expected every single thing to just move online, right? Interactions, like social interactions was like completely moved to online sources like Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat. All these apps like completely blew up. They were already quite popular, but they like blew up after the pandemic. And it kind of saddens me in a way to just look at people who are completely in touch with literally the physical world, right? And these people are now, after the pandemic, what happened is they are just completely and utterly on their phones the whole day, right? And what I mean by is like these kinds of people who are like they keep on scrolling from day to night. It's just like they can't stop themselves from like scrolling through Instagram. It's just like they're not even happy. They just do it because of habit, right? Because their brain just wants them to just look for something better, look for something else. They keep on scrolling for hours and hours. And once they do eventually like stop scrolling, they'll be like, oh my god, like I just completely wasted X amount of X hours or like X minutes, like when I could have done something even fun. And even like completely pains me like these kinds of people are just like completely stuck in this loop that COVID created. I can't help but just like remember the days when they were like full of life and so in touch with the physical world, having physical interactions. I'm not saying these kinds of people who are like completely like hooked to the virtual world, I'm not saying they are lifeless or anything. I'm just saying that they will be in a few years, right? Because as and when like this is something that I've noticed after the pandemic, or rather recently, because I was also one of these people who are like completely hooked to their phones and stuff, right? So one of the things that I've noticed after the pandemic is that most most of the physical interactions, right? Like if when I go to restaurants or when I go to parks, there are no one-on-one. There are just very rare like sites of people actually having one-on-one conversations. 80% of them are on their damn phones, bro. Like how can I be like talking to you right now? How would you feel? It's just like I randomly started taking my phone, it's like texting you. What? Some of you would actually even feel that that's normal. That's not normal, man. It just pains me. It's like to see the kind of change the world has taken after COVID. It's like, okay, it's kind of understandable, but like, why aren't any of you realizing that the change is kind of going aboard? Is that the word? I don't think that's the word. It's like going aboard or going too far. The change is going too far. Another group of people which like make me incredibly sad are the people who like completely stuck on video games. Now I know for a fact when I like say this, lots of people who know me are gonna like come at me because like, how can you say that? Oh my God, you yourself like used to you play video games and stuff, bro. Yes, I'm insulting myself as well here, or rather, myself 2 months or 3 months, 4 months back. I think I've not played video games properly or regularly since 4 months. And honestly, I tell you what, it feels fucking amazing, bro. I finally touched some grass, man. And you know what? It's fucking worth it, bro. Like quitting video games, it's fucking worth it. And I'm not like going to like speak like in some kind of a philosophical way, right? I mean, I think I already am doing that, but I'm not gonna sit here like a fucking saint and like tell you that I'm completely off video games. I'm not. I still like play 1 or 2 games of League of Legends a week, right? But even that I'm trying to cut down. Like I'll literally tell you an example, right? I played League of Legends last week. I played 2 games with my friends, I think. The first game was okay-ish. The second game, anyone who knows League of Legends would know, would relate to what I'm talking about, right? I literally picked Azir in a normal game in order to have fun. Like any person who knows League of Legends would literally slap me for this. I literally pick Azir to have the most fun. How can I pick Azir in hopes of having the most fun, man? And literally, I remember after I finished playing, even though it was like literally the second game of the week, I literally remember like just sitting there and I was like, oh my god, what a fucking waste of time. I could have just literally done anything. I could have just literally watched YouTube and Andrew Tate podcasts, and it literally would have felt better, to be honest. I'm not this doesn't mean I hate Andrew Tate, or I actually like Andrew Tate, but I'll make another, like, a separate video on that topic, right? But yeah, I just like I sat there with this like post video game feeling, or rather the post nut clarity. Half the guys would relate to this more when I call the feeling that I had post nut clarity. It's like I was just sitting there, just like wondering why the fuck did I even spend 2 hours of my day just playing this stupid video game, man. And I'll tell you what, maybe you can make a counter argument that, like, okay, but it's just like 2 hours a day, right? And you wouldn't even have done that much of a productive thing anyway, so why not indulge in video games? I disagree, bro. Because I mean, okay, sure, I might agree with the part where you tell me that I won't just like change my damn life in 2 hours. But after playing the game for 2 hours, I was literally mentally gone for the rest of the evening. Mentally gone for the rest of the evening. So I literally went on there in order to have fun, and I literally lost my mental. Kind of crazy, man. Actually, kind of crazy when you actually like think about it. You'll hear this phrase a lot. Uh, that gamers get told to touch some grass, right? And the gamers literally get told, it's usually the League of Legends players that get told this, but yeah, gamers usually get told to just go out and get some fresh air and stuff, as like a meme that like gamers have no life, bro. As a former gamer, as like someone who has been like playing Valorant and League of Legends, who was playing League of Legends and Valorant for like 2 or 3 years, I can tell you for a fact that's, bro, they were right the whole time. We had no actual lives. Again, here you can make a counter argument where you're like, oh, but like after I had like an amazing day at college, so you can't really like argue with me like and tell me that I don't have a life. But like, bro, I'm telling you for a fact now, if you quit video games out of your life, which is already seemingly good, right? Which I don't even believe, but okay, fine. I mean, I'll take your word for it. It's seemingly okay-ish. If you quit video games, your life is skyrocket in another direction, bro. I'm telling you. I'm telling you for a fact. And this is not coming from a nobody, bro. Like, please do not mistake me for a nobody. Like, I was in the gaming space for like, I have no idea. Like, let me think. It's like for 7 years, I've been in the online gaming space, and I can tell you for a fact, just getting off it for like 3 or 4 months has like given me such a nostalgic feeling of happiness that I haven't like felt in a while. Now, this can be an exaggeration, right? And I probably think it is. I'm probably exaggerating the benefits here, but literally just try it. You'll actually come to think of it. I mean, you'll actually come to realize it when you'll actually like stop spending so much time on video games. Like 2 or 3 hours every single day compounds to some kind of, I don't know, you can do the math on that, but like when you actually start cutting out the video games, like even the 2 or 3 hours, even the 1 or 2 hours every single day, you truly realize the amount of the real time that you have where you can genuinely do nice things. Again, I might sound like a boomer here, but honestly, I'll tell you what happened literally. This is literally today. I'll tell you what the hell happened. So, I'm literally the person who used to play video games so much, right? Used to get my pleasure from video games and stuff. You won't believe me when I say this, but I mean, it's up to you. I have no reason to lie to you, but fine. I mean, it's up to you to believe me or not. After I went to the gym and like came back today, I have a habit of like meditating every single day, right? In the morning and at night, like before sleeping. So in the morning, like I had an exam today. So like before the exam, I did not study. It's like gave up halfway. It's like kind of find it meaningless to study that even. It's like very easy. Anyway, before the exam, it's like I didn't study. Instead, I like meditated for 20 minutes. You will not believe what I'm about to. You will not. I ensure you, none of you will believe this entirely. I meditated for 20 minutes and then I went to take a shower, right? And holy shit, I could not stop myself from smiling. I could not stop myself from smiling. It was like this kind of happiness was just like flowing through me. It's like I just couldn't contain my emotions. I literally even shed a tear, I think, for how happy I was feeling and for how much progress I made in like 3 or 4 months even. But I even took a longer term perspective. It's like I imagine how I was a year back, literally a year back, bro. Last November, like 2021 November, was like one of the worst periods of my life, and I actually shed. I think this is like kind of the first time that I literally shed a happy tear, and it felt really good, man. And it still feels good. I still feel amazing. I still feel so good. You know how? I'll tell you how. I was a gamer. I went outside and touched some grass. Quite literally. I started working out harder. I started meditating. All these are boring things that I'll mention, but these are things that genuinely help me. Meditation in itself, I'll make another video sometime in the future. Is like I need to cover that in a separate video because the amount of benefits that you get after meditating is like anime level benefits for all the for all the anime watchers. Yeah, so I started working out harder. I started meditating. I started writing a timetable for my day to like understand where my time goes and stuff. I'll make a video on this separately as well. So, but like I'm just outlining the kind of things that I'm doing. I started going for a walk in the evenings. So it's like an hour of walking, and I started reading books, a lot of self-improvement books. I was just desperate to get better, man. And you know what? Like, I think some of you might be as well. What I would recommend to you is, first of all, just start meditating, man. Meditating is the single best decision that I've taken in a very long time. I had the last 2 to 3 years was full of bad decisions on my part. I don't think I made many good decisions, but I can tell you for a fact that for the last 3 or 4 years, or maybe my whole life even, I mean, you can argue that I'm going a little bit ahead of myself here, but like because it's only been like 5 to 6 months since I've started this whole journey. But meditating, bro, it's like super underrated, man. It's like when I literally in the morning when I like did it and like came to know the benefits, literally I felt the benefits. I was so confused as to why no one was doing it as often, right? Because meditating is like seen as kind of a very stigmatized topic. Okay, again, I'm going off topic here. I'll make a separate video on that. But like, yeah, best advice I'd give you is like meditate first of all, and second of all, start going to the gym and lifting weights. Don't go to the gym and just like jack around, like jack off, and it's like, okay, you won't jack off the gym. What the fuck am I saying? Don't go to the gym and just like go to the treadmill and do cardio, fucking walk for 10 minutes. It doesn't mean shit, by the way. Like walking 10 minutes in a park is like 10 times or twice is better than walking in a treadmill. I mean, you can do the science on that. It's like, as someone who goes to the gym for like, as someone who has been like going to the gym for 4 years, I personally think that, I mean, I've also had trainers tell me that just walking out is like so much better than treadmill, but I still do treadmill. So the two things that I would advise people who genuinely want to improve their lives is start meditating, and start going to the gym and lifting weights. Like actually do weight training. Actually start doing weight training, bro. I swear to God, it'll change your life. It changed mine. I mean, you have only my word to go for it. Like you'll only go for it by my word, but like it completely genuinely transformed my life for the better, man. That's about it. I mean, that's about the idea of the video. If you have any thoughts, or like if you disagree with any of the points that I'm saying, or if you have any doubts, just anything, just leave them in the comments. I'll make sure to respond as quickly as I can. Take care.